Good morning, guys. Heather Bell here. Happy Wednesday. Today I wanted to talk to you about some food. I'm doing some food prep. Just finished my morning workout. Hey, Doug, how you doing, buddy? Just finished my morning workout, getting ready to go to work for a long day of nursing. I'll be in the car all day with the cooler. Want to make sure I don't cheat, so I'm doing meal prep. But what I thought I'd talk about is the difference between some good foods and some bad foods, because some people don't really understand the difference. There are three main types of foods that we eat regularly and we don't really even understand them sometimes: carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Now, the myth is that we don't need all of them. We actually do. We need carbohydrates, we need proteins, and we need fats, but we need them in good moderation. Can anyone give me an example? Good morning, thanks for joining, guys. Hey, it's Heather Bell here. Been a nurse for 20 years and a trainer in the health and wellness industry. You can visit me at www.teamtink.com. If you want to follow me, there's a newsletter there, all kinds of information. But again, today I'm talking about three very easy ways to establish whether a food is good or bad. Okay, so 3 good foods, 3 bad foods. And I'm going to kind of show you what I'm doing to meal prep in the interim. So I started out with some pretty good food, but I also have a little bit of bad food in it. The first thing I'm going to have this morning for breakfast is egg whites and whole eggs, if I don't drop them all over the place. Okay, so there are 2 egg whites and 2 whole eggs in here. I kind of poached the egg whites in a little microwave thing. This thing is awesome. If you guys don't have one, please get one because it makes it so easy. Just pop them in the microwave for a minute. Put a little bit of good kind of fat spray in there, so no fat spray, so you don't get all the fat in there. Hey, thank you for joining. It's Heather Bell here talking about 3 good foods that you can eat this morning. And again, if you guys have questions, just pop them up on the screen, or if you do replay questions, I'll try to catch them later. All right, so the good foods I'm eating this morning are 2 eggs, 2 egg whites. I actually put some lean ground beef in my egg whites in the poacher, so that gives me additional protein. Hi from Ecuador, thanks for joining. Boy, I feel so flattered to have you on my scope this morning. Thank you. Okay, so the breakfast good fat, egg yolk, right? You can't eat a whole lot of them. I wouldn't eat many of them, but you got good fat on that egg yolk, and you need good fat for your brain to function, especially on a morning like today. Thank you for the hearts. Hey, everybody give me hearts. You need the fat in your brain to function. See, I haven't had anything to eat yet today, and I just finished a really hard hour-long back workout before I go to work. So here's some good fats. Now, some more good fats. Sometimes you want to do some cooking, maybe a little bit of coconut oil, olive oil, things like that, just as long as you use a very small amount. Thank you for the heart. Thank you, Daryl. A little bit of coconut oil you want to use. That stuff is awesome. A lot of people actually use different kinds of olive oils. Doesn't really matter, as long as you're just very careful about how much you use, because you need oils. And of course, one of the best fats you can do if you can't get your oils is going to be your fish oil, your plain fish oil. You're just going to take some of these, give them to your dog, your cat, if they'll eat them. Big pill to swallow, but those are great fats. Now, some bad fats. Okay. Now, I keep these in the house a lot because I have a child who should not be eating them, but he likes them. I'm not trying to get in a fight with the people that made these. As a matter of fact, I love the people that made these because my son actually gets extra treats during the day and he eats a lot. This has, I don't know, let's see how much. 16 grams of fat. Okay, and it's got cheese and pepperoni. It's not like turkey pepperoni or something that they at least try to be low fat, even though there's a lot of salt in turkey pepperoni. At least it's a better option. But this right here is a combination of all of your bad fats in one. First of all, it's processed, so you don't know how it's made. Secondly, it's got fats from the cheese. It's got carbohydrates because it's got a big old thick, well, not real thick, but a crust right there full of butter and tons of flour, white flour, processed flour. And then, of course, it's got the pepperoni, which has a little bit of protein. Let's see how much protein. As you guys can see, I'm getting old because I'm having to hold back here to look at it. 10 grams of protein, which is not bad, but it's all in that fattening pepperoni. Okay, so better options for protein. Every morning, like I told you, I do my eggs and my egg whites because that's just my staple. And then what I'm going to do later on this afternoon, probably like mid-morning, I'm going to do a shake. And my shake, I want to make sure I get all my veggies in there too. So I have a component in here that has 17 grams of carbohydrate, 17 grams of protein, and then I added an additional 20 grams of protein in here. So there are 37 grams of protein plus 2 cups of spinach in this shake with coffee and a little bit of water, some ice, and I actually sheet. I put a little bit of a natural sweetener in there, stevia drops. These ones just happen to be vanilla cream because that helps give it some flavor. So about 11 o'clock when I get that, I want some sugar. I worked out early this morning. I want some caffeine to pick me up. I don't want to just go blow it and go to McDonald's and grab like a latte or something. I'm just going to reach in my nice cooler that I bring to work every day, and I'm going to have my shake, and it's going to satiate all of those cravings. Good proteins, good carbohydrates. I don't think there's really any fat in that shake. Okay. Then later during the day, my husband was so sweet to crock pot me this weekend some delicious, it's not really chili, but it is. We kind of made it into chili, so it's got a lot of ground chicken in here. We just kind of left it in the microwave, the crock pot overnight. Let it stew overnight for a long time. Then we added lots of beans, so that's some great protein, some more great carbohydrates in here. Now, I may go ahead and make some brown rice. This is whole grain brown rice. It's not like the quick kind, it's the whole grain kind. This is an awesome, awesome carbohydrate, an awesome form of carbohydrate. Again, be careful with your portion control because this is where you can get in trouble if you eat too much. Also has a lot of fiber in it, so it's going to help you go to the bathroom and be regular. Okay, another really good staple I use. I don't really prefer these ones as much. These are steel cut oats, but these are the quick oats. Unfortunately, they're the only ones that my Bilo had them in stock. So if I really want some oatmeal, I really want something like, because it's kind of cold and rainy out today, I'll get my coffee and get a nice cup of oatmeal and put some really good stuff in it, like eggs and egg whites and maybe a little bit of that liquid stevia, but this is what I would use for the good. Okay, another example of bad fats, carbohydrates, and protein. Everybody loves peanut butter and jelly, and I'm just as guilty of loving peanut butter and jelly. So this is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, pre-packaged, very easy again for the kids because you can just take it and run, throw it in your bag, throw it in wherever. It'll defrost and it'll be even better. In one of these, it's got 9 grams of fat and it's got 28 grams of carbohydrates. It's got 240 milligrams of sodium and only 6 grams of protein. So this little teeny guy here does have protein and carbohydrates and fats, but it's not the good kind, it's the processed kind, and it's the fattening kind. So I would stay away from those, not to mention the fact you can't really eat just one, you're going to want several. So then later during the day, what I'll do is about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I'll be getting into that really, I just need some substantial food, finishing up, seeing my patients out in the field, and I really need something substantial before I go home, and I'll do half a cup of cottage cheese. Now this is the regular cottage cheese with 4% milk fat. So I highly recommend it. I think it's really good for you to get this kind of fat. And of course I have like a little bit of a recovery drink because I just worked out. It's got some aminos in it, creatine, glutamine, stuff like that. So I hope this was helpful. We're talking about some good fats and some bad fats, some good proteins and some bad proteins, and some good carbohydrates and some bad carbohydrates. So just please read the labels when you're going through stuff. But if you have any questions, please send me messages. I'm Heather Bell. Follow me on www.teamtink.com. I will be happy to answer your questions. A lot of people are just afraid to say they're not really sure what a carbohydrate is. A lot of people don't know that a potato is a carbohydrate, even though it's a vegetable. People don't understand that corn is a carbohydrate. So please, if you have any questions, feel free to send them to me. Ask me about them. That's what I'm here for. That's what I love to do. It's Happy Waste Wednesday. It's a very dreary Wednesday. Happy Waste Wednesday. What I'm going to attempt to do, but I always fail when I do this, I'm going to try to turn the camera around so you guys can see my beautiful morning view this morning that Jesus blessed me with to work out. That's why it's so easy for me to work out in the morning now. All right. Don't mind my crappy house. Okay, guys, so I'm very gently going to walk you out here to my view. All right, it's kind of dewy and hazy and a little bit chilly, so I'm going to get ready to go to work now, but I just wanted to share with you some helpful tips about good and bad food. Again, it's Heather Bell. Happy Wednesday. I hope you guys have a wonderful, and please be safe driving in the rain. www.teamtink.com